Greetings and welcome back to a Safwa Academic. So I kind of have a different video this time. It's another Matt Walsh, but I had a completely different idea of what this video was going to be until I get deeper and deeper into it. And I sort of had to wind back, I had to reverse back. I'm just going to play some of it because this is related to the Black Mermaid, the whole outrage or whatever over the Black Mermaid. And I'm thinking I'll just let my thoughts be known as I go through it. So let's see here. Let's put this a little bit faster.
Daily Wire host Matt Walsh has a few thoughts about the recent casting of a black woman to play the character of Ariel in Disney's newest live-action remake.
So this must be a white liberal of some sort. I don't know who he is, but I did try to find the original video on Matt Walsh's page. It seems that it was taken down or something or put on private because I can't even find it, but I just looked for the next best thing. But this is to show a bit of the culture war going on and what these guys talk about. So this is the white liberal.
With Little Mermaid, can we also just mention that from a scientific perspective, it doesn't make a lot of sense to have someone with darker skin who lives deep in the ocean.
So he's trying to say from a scientific perspective. So he's going to go on with this scientific perspective.
I mean, if anything, not only should the Little Mermaid be pale, she should actually be translucent. If you look at deep sea creatures, they're like translucent. They have no kind of pigmentation whatsoever.
So he's making an argument for translucent mermaids. It shouldn't be black.
And they're just like these horrifying, they look like skeletons floating around in the ocean. That's what the Little Mermaid should look like. She should be totally pale and skeletal, where you can see her skull through her face.
Right. So this is what he's saying.
And that would actually be a version of Little Mermaid that I would watch.
Okay, so look.
Right. So that was the clip that set the internet on fire. Apparently, I'm just going to play his reaction and then I'm going to give some of my own thoughts afterwards.
Anybody who uses a phrase from a scientific perspective in order to discuss the casting of a minority to play a fucking fictional character, okay, and how they hate it and how it's a bad idea, I think should have their political opinions completely discarded. Seriously. Not only that, but maybe those same people should be rounded up and shot into the sun. I'm kidding, or maybe I'm not.
Yo, you said I'm kidding, or maybe I'm not. This guy, he said I'm kidding, or maybe I'm not. So this is the white liberal for you. Unhinged, I would say, off the rails. And I'm going to get into my thoughts on this whole debacle. But this is the white liberal. This is the white liberal for you. This is how they think, the progressive, right? So let's see here. I seen that clip and I'm like, okay. I mean, it does sound unhinged on the other end. So let me listen to it a little bit more. And I think I figured him out. So we're gonna watch. I'm not gonna do too much commentary. I'm just gonna play large chunks. That's why I got on super speed. And then I'm just gonna drop the commentary when I drop the commentary. But I'm telling you right now, there's not gonna be much commentary on this one.
You know, there are times when I provoke the ire of the left and wind up trending on social media and generating negative headlines because I've said something that they find offensive about an important cultural topic.
So he said provoke and go viral. So those are two key words. He said provoke and go viral, right? So let's continue.
And then there are times when I provoke the ire of the left and wind up trending on social media and generating negative headlines because I advocated for a scientifically accurate mermaid with translucent skin. Now, this latest outrage falls into that second and admittedly very specific category. So those who listened to the show yesterday may recall the very brief moment during the comment section segment of the show when I responded to someone who was giving their opinion on the Black Little Mermaid issue. In my response, I asserted that scientifically, it makes no sense for Ariel to have dark skin. In fact, I suggested that she ought to be translucent and skeletal and horrifying like a real deep-sea fish. Our loyal fans over at Media Matters heard those remarks as they hear literally everything else I say because they're obsessed with me and want to date me. And they immediately posted it to Twitter and published an article on their site with the headline, Daily Wire host says it is unscientific to cast a black person as a mermaid.
So this is the first, I guess, media outlet to blow up the story.
Other left-wing blogs picked it up, like the site Alternet, which reports, and I'll read a little bit of their report because I think it fairly captures what actually happened. Quote, Right-wing Daily Wire podcaster Matt Walsh threw a fit on Wednesday over the new live-action remake of the classic Disney film The Little Mermaid, because the main character Ariel is portrayed by actress Halle Bailey, who is black. Matt said that while he is sympathetic to more racial inclusion in fictional works, he opposes Bailey's casting because of marine biology. Quoting me now, quote, also by The Little Mermaid that I would watch. Now, that is indeed an accurate and full quote, which I do appreciate. Media Matters on Twitter provided the full video, but they were more selective in their caption. So Jason Campbell tweeted the video, but the caption was just, Daily Wire host says it's unscientific to cast a black person as a mermaid. Now, which again is what I said, but then didn't go further with the rest of it. From there, it was sort of off to the races. My statements calling for a translucent mermaid were picked up by other media outlets like Newsweek. They had a headline about it. It even went all the way across the world. The Sydney Morning Herald in Australia was reporting on it. Reporters started emailing me asking for comment on the issue, which I was more than happy to provide, by the way. Leftists across the nation expressed their outrage. I was one of the top trending topics on Twitter all night and still today because of this. My alleged...
So leftists got themselves outraged. Now, I want to interject here because this is trolling. This is trolling. These white liberals, they're being serious with their responses. I'm not going to be serious because I got 10, it was like a good 30 seconds in and my spidey senses were tingling. I'm like, what am I doing here? What's going on? What white trickery is he doing? And then something told me he's trolling. That's what he's doing. He's trolling for the numbers. He put that in there, that translucent bullshit in there to get people trolling, to get people triggered. And then look, we have this guy saying, let's put him in a firing squad, but not, I'm just joking, but not really. Like, how do you get this triggered? This is the white liberal, and this is what they want black people to do, to get triggered by bullshit like this. We have better things to worry about than this white man saying some bullshit about translucentism, whatever this is. He just made up this word translucent. He just made up a word. He's good. I have to give him the master troll title because this is the same thing Trump did. A lot of people didn't realize what Trump was doing. He was setting you guys off, and the media cannot live without Trump. They're still going after him. He's not even trolling anymore. He's not even president. But look, they're that much obsessed. And now he's just playing into it. Matt Walsh is playing into this. I'm telling you, if any white liberals are listening, you got to change up your strategy. Like, in a sense, if you respond, you lose. If you don't respond, you also lose in a way, I guess, maybe. But like, I'd rather just let somebody like this wallow in their own troll by themselves so they look crazy. But you just joined the crazy, sir. You just joined the crazy with him. The whole media, all you guys joined up, right? So let's continue on with this. We'll call this a class in trolling, the whole culture war. It involves trolling. So we look at what these white conservatives or white liberals are doing, wasting time and shit with this bullshit.
Allegedly racist, translucent, supremacist views ignited a national firestorm. Now, just reading through a few of these angry tweets, just for fun. One says, wait. First, these fools want to say that science doesn't matter when it comes to vaccines and the like, but then want to be science guardians about fictional creatures? Josh Marshall at the Talking Points memo tweeted, I shouldn't laugh because the racism isn't funny, but they struggle to present their racism as scientific. Have you ever even met a fish? He actually...
Look at this. I shouldn't laugh because the racism isn't funny. Have you met a fish? Is this guy serious? Have you met any fish? They don't look like people. These guys are serious. The white liberals are serious in their response to the white conservatives. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look at this shit.
Have you met any fish? They don't look like people. With a few exceptions, they're not white. What an effing clown. Another tweet says, quite possibly the strangest thing about self-described theocratic fascist Matt Walsh's argument for why scientifically a mermaid couldn't be black is the fact that it's just wrong. He's confusing panning changing someone's skin tone to the amount of melanin in someone's skin. Another one says, attention Matt Walsh, F your scientific perspective. Mermaids aren't real. Just say you're racist and take up significantly less airtime.
See, look at this. This is close. This is one notch from going into this guy. It's one notch from going into this guy. He has some of the caps. I'm surprised all of this is not in caps. Mermaids are not. You could feel the anger in this right here. Oh my God. Here we go.
Bye. Then there's this. There are a lot of extraordinarily dumb and pathetic racists in the world, but Matt Walsh puts them all to shame with pearl-clutching takes like this. Another from a woman named Victoria Brownworth, who bills herself as an award-winning journalist, says, quote, wait, Matt Walsh says there's science behind his racist take on the Little Mermaid casting? Is someone going to break it to him that mermaids are mythical creatures and Disney makes animated features for kids?
You see, this is where we're at. This is where the culture war is at. And then black people get dragged into this bullshit.
Now, there are many thousands more where those came from. Ted Lieu got in on the dog pile. So did CNN correspondent John Harwood. Many others. Conservative masochist and gimp David French joined in. The outrage reached into unexpected corners. The media liaison for the Portland Police Department, for some reason, sent me hate mail about this, calling me garbage for my comments about a translucent mermaid. This guy's name, by the way, is David Singer, and we'll put his message up on the screen incidentally in the message.
You see, and then he puts this guy on blast like he has a big following, 1.7 million subscribers. Put on blast for what? For a stupid, for a hate, what is this? A hate message? Got put on blast. Boom. Just like that. Became an op.
Message that I'm putting up on the screen. You can see his email address there, which is a shame. I wish we could block that out or something, but I forgot to, and now it's out there. You can all see it. Please don't email him, though. I'm not asking you to do that. Anyway,
see, look. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge.
He was hired by the Portland, Maine Police Department during the defund the police hysteria as one of the 3 civilian liaisons. And his job, which he is paid a salary by the taxpayers for, is to facilitate community and media relations. And this is his media outreach strategy, evidently. A very interesting approach, to say the least. He actually sent me that bit of hate mail, called me garbage, and then blocked me so that I couldn't respond. This is media outreach, okay? This is what the Portland Police Department in Maine needs. All told, the left was very upset about my push for greater translucent representation in mermaid casting. And let me just say, to begin with, that I'm glad the left has chosen to take my comments seriously. I was, of course, being totally serious when I made them. I am not one to joke. I would never engage in something as juvenile as sarcasm.
You see, he's literally telling them in their face. He began with provoke and viral. He began this segment with provoke and viral. And now he's saying he would never use sarcasm. Like, don't these people see this? And they're feeding into it over and over and over again. This is hilarious. This is really hilarious. I have to say, I have to give him a point on the hilariousness of it all. I'll give Matt Walsh a point. I'll give him a point.
When I say something, as my audience knows, it means that I am 100% sincere all the time. And I especially would never joke about an issue as serious as translucent representation in Hollywood. So the 3 points I want to make here. First of all, I have long been an advocate for the translucent population, a fighter for trans rights, you might say. Translucent individuals have been marginalized for far too long, and now even film roles that rightfully belong to them have been appropriated. I ask you, when was the last time you saw a skeletal, translucent, goblin-like monstrosity cast in any movie? Now, granted,
what the fuck is he talking about? What is this nigga talking about, yo? It's all gone out the window now. It's all gone out the window. He got me so crazy, and he got me talking crazy now. What is he talking about? What is he talking about? And this is what everyone's outraged over?
we have one as a Speaker of the House right now, but that is hardly enough. If they will not earn roles in films about deep-sea creatures who sing, then what hope do they have? Translucent people exist, and they deserve to be affirmed. Translucent rights are human rights. Translucent lives matter.
You see, and he's doing that left stuff. He's throwing back the left right back at their faces now.
Second, many on the left have sent me messages or left comments insisting that my mermaid racial theories are factually incorrect. They have presented many arguments seeking to debunk my thesis. A journalist named, there are a lot of journalists, by the way, who are chiming in on this, and there's a journalist named Catherine Marshall.
So we got people trying to debunk this theory. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Where are we? We
sent a whole string of tweets fact-checking my alleged misinformation and insisting that mermaids are more like seals who breathe air at the surface. That's what she said.
He has to be trolling night. No, that cannot be real. I do not believe. I need to see some proof about that one. He's not going to get me. I'm not going to let him get me.
And as she reminded me indignantly, seals are black. But this argument fails because mermaids live on the ocean floor. And as you may recall in the original film, Ariel's trips to the surface are a source of great controversy in the mermaid community. They don't want her to go there at all. This means that mermaids do not need to surface in order to breathe air, as seals do. No, living on the ocean floor with flounders and evil octopuses clearly qualifies her as a deep-sea creature.
So
She certainly lives deep enough where there wouldn't be nearly enough light penetration to necessitate high concentrations of melanin in the skin. Indeed, the lack of light penetration would create, as I argued, a translucent appearance. This would be both an evolutionary adaptation, allowing for greater camouflage from predators, and a logical result of the lack of sunlight. So, do your mermaid research before you try to engage with me on this subject. You need to bring mermaid facts and mermaid logic to this conversation. By the way, I demand this level of accuracy out of every Disney film. It's one of the reasons I've always objected to Beauty and the Beast. For one thing, the story promotes bestiality, as Beauty begins to fall in love with what is essentially a large talking buffalo. For another, the servants, who turned into household objects and pieces of furniture, would in reality be so psychologically devastated by this transformation, they'd be in no mood to perform song and dance numbers for the Beast's female prisoners. Not to mention they wouldn't have vocal cords or a musculoskeletal system that could facilitate that sort of physical movement. Third and final point. I am the beloved and revered LGBT author of Johnny the Walrus.
Okay, we're not even gonna get into that, but you see, he just threw Beauty and the Beast in there. He talked about bestiality. He talked about the tea set that comes to life or whatever. And then we have this guy, this guy unhinged. Oh man, what is it? Jeff Waldorf. I wonder if they're gonna take your channel because of that. I wonder. But this is just a troll. It's crazy how black liberals spin their wheels over issues. This, oh God. So that's pretty much it for this video. I thought it was gonna be a more serious video, but I had to reel it back. I had to reel it back. But I just have to show, I guess, the trolling. But since the white liberals can't even see it for themselves, I'm gonna help them out a little bit. A little bit. The white liberals at certain times are just pathetic, in my opinion. Just really pathetic. Just really pathetic. That's why I don't side with none of them. I don't side with none of them. But anyways, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. Even on this, let me know what you think. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm out. Boom.